Survivor Series has come and went, but one man that did not survive is Stone Cold Steve Austin because his career is over. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for another WWE Monday Night Raw review. But thankfully, it's the good old Raw. It's 2003, not 2026. But this show was kind of sad. You know, we say goodbye to Stone Cold Steve Austin. They played like a few video packages. They made you really feel like that's Austin done at this point. Like it did almost feel like a send off for sure. Even though he's not like gone as in can never come back, he's just gone as in you're no longer the GM. So, but yeah, I mean at this stage it looks like Austin's done. But if you think of it as a full-time on-screen character, I would say this is probably the end of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Yeah, he comes back as the Sheriff in 04. Yeah, a couple of appearances in 05, and he does make quite a few more in 2007. But in terms of a prolonged period run, this is it. I can't really think of another year where Austin's on-screen more often than he's not. Guy came back in February at 08, 2003. This is what? November 17th, take a day off. 16th, your birthday, by the way. What a birthday. 13th birthday for Jambo Bear. Survivor Series 2003. That's no fucking bad. Yeah, I couldn't ask for much more than that. But Austin's gone. Sad to see, but you know, it is what it is. I guess who knows, maybe he didn't like the creative. Maybe he just wanted to go home. Maybe he just got fucking sick of Triple H, right? Because I think Bischoff spray painting Austin's face with the wee transition was brilliant. The two beer cans in the ring, brilliant. Him putting over his team, brilliant. Evolution is a mystery. Triple H comes out, bores the tits off us, right? He says this really bizarre fucking line where he's like, "It was very white of you, Bischoff." And then he looks at like Teddy Long. He's like, "No offense." And it's like, why is Triple H allowed to bury essentially the rest of Team Bischoff? I understand it, right? Batista played a big part and so did Orton. But Triple H, son, you lost to fucking Goldberg. What's that got to do with Ferry White? What did he mean by that? I don't know. I don't really know what he meant, to be honest. I don't really understand what he was going at there. You know, it's not the first time this year Triple H has made racial comments towards black wrestlers, but why is Triple H allowed to come out here, bury Team Bischoff, get a 3-on-1 handicap match against Goldberg, right? Why didn't Bischoff go, here, that's all very well, Triple H, I'm going to give Orton and Batista a go at battering Goldberg, but you had your chance. And then, what I didn't like about it is, they all agreed to it. And then afterwards, Jericho, Christian, Steiner, just standing there like spare parts. No, yeah, and honestly, man, I think this, no, I wouldn't say it completely undoes it, but I think it just completely, like, almost undermines, like, the entire match. It's like, what was the fucking point then? Yeah, I think that's made everyone on Team Bischoff look a bit shite. Triple H basically came out and said, it was Randy Orton and Batista that won that match. These guys didn't do hee-haw. Alright, well, how come Randy Orton and Batista didn't help you win your match then against Goldberg? You know, I thought this, and the whole thing was, Bischoff's going to give them a favour each. They've all got a favour, whatever they can get whatever they want, and I thought they were going to go through them all and they were actually going to pick what they wanted. But nah, they kind of just got told, just you sit in the back there, because Triple H is it with his big nose to overshadow everybody. Yeah, and like, he actually, like, seeing he came out, for some reason I thought he was champion. I was like, alright, makes a little bit of sense. But he came out knowing he as champion. I just don't understand. No, man. I'll be honest. I had my head in the sand. I've always thought Triple H was fantastic. Well, maybe fantastic's too strong, but I always held him in a higher regard. But see, revisiting it, holy fuck, he's stinking this era out. He is. Let's call a spade a spade. I don't give a fuck if it's modern booking. Forget about his booking. It's actually mental how much better and enjoyable he was in the Attitude Era. Yeah, literally. And why is that? It seems to be... Because I personally probably prefer, like, Evolution compared to... I prefer the three guys in Evolution to, like, X-Pac and the New Age Outlaws. But for some reason, the Triple H just doesn't fly. Doesn't work. Just, I don't know, it seems to be with the brand split, there's more control. I'm assuming Triple H has more control over Raw now and over his booking. than he did before there was a brand split. And you can just, the guy, you know what, we'll move on, okay? We're not going to turn this review into a Triple H show, but holy fuck, it's like, maybe Mark Henry, maybe Scott Steiner. You know, I would have liked Scott Steiner to have grabbed the mic and went, nah, bitch, you had your chance and you lost against Goldberg. So Big Papa Pump, he's going to be the next man to challenge for the world title.
It completely buried and undermined the factors here. Didn't like it, and we have to call it out.
Yeah, so and it turns out Scott Steiner uses his favour to get a tag team match against the Dudleys for the belts with Test, a guy that he didn't even like. It's like, that just makes no sense to me. Later on in the show, Christian uses his favour to save Lita. It just seems a bit fucking cheap here. So why not have those 4 guys, right, outside of Randy Orton? Why not have those 4 guys over the next 4 weeks all challenge Goldberg for the title?
Yeah.
But no, Triple H gets
the 3-on-1, then he gets the title match next week, and then he'll get a fucking match at Armageddon. Shove it up your fucking arse, Triple H, you big-nosed fucking fraud bastard. Anyway, yeah, before I lose the fucking voice even more on Triple H, let's move on. Booker T versus Mark Henry. I thought it was actually a pretty good match. Booker T, some counters off the middle ropes, and he eventually got the win. The roll up with the feet on the ropes, and Teddy Long wasn't happy, player. Wasn't a fairy white match, it was a fairy black match.
Yeah, no white man in sight, well, apart from the referee, I guess.
Yeah, no,
don't think we've seen a black referee since Teddy Long called it a day.
Teddy Long, severely underrated regardless of what he did. Tell you that for free. Up next, Larry Donis versus Mark Jindrak and Garrison Cade.
This is a channel changer match.
Aye.
Or a bathroom break match.
Yeah, no, even us watching this makes me just want to fucking skip 7 minutes. Really, does. I mean, the worst thing about it was Garrison Cade grabbing the mic. Hey guys, we don't like you Frenchies. Come back here and fight like men.
It's the kind of match where either team against somebody better, you can get away with it, but when it's the 2 teams against each other, it's like, I mean, honestly,
the rookies win. Moving on.
Here's how I'd look at it. Out of these 4 guys, who goes on to have a good career? None of them. None of them. And they're being pushed as like, oh, well, look, this is the next gen. And I think that's a good way of, like, seeing how good it really was, because, see, when you look at, like, the Attitude Era, like, a lot of times you're looking at the people that were, like, in the second match or whatever, first match, third match, and they all do go on to become massive. It's like, even in, like, the mid-card scene or whatever, you got, like, your Jerichos, your Benoits, your Guerreros. In the tag team scene, you've got your Hardys, your Edge and Christian, your Dudleys. All 5, they all went on to be world champions, apart from Devon. But look at the success that the people in, like, the APA, and we all know that, Ron Simmons was a former champion, and then Bradshaw goes on to become... So, you look at, like, the tag team division back then, and, like, they all go on to... And that's how you can tell that the Attitude Era was stacked. We're not just making it up. Like, the guys in the mid-card and the tag team division, literally, like, the majority of them all go on to become world champions anyway. But, yeah, you look at this and you're thinking, which one of these guys is going to go on to do something? And the answer is none.
No, definitely not.
Nothing happened.
I mean, it doesn't even matter who wins this match, but the rookies won, if you care. Shawn Michaels then does an interview, lasts about 3 seconds. Bischoff comes over, he's like, nah, you're out of here. Gets him ejected.
You're out of here, pal. So, yeah, Shawn Michaels.
I like Austin. We don't get along, but there's one thing in common. We don't like you. I mean, didn't really go into WCW or nothing, but, I mean, a decent wee back and forth here between Shawn and Bischoff. A lot better than the opening fucking promo. With big nose. We then got stills of the ambulance match. Again, makes you want to rewatch it. But Kane was announced to be on SmackDown to eulogise The Undertaker. So Kane's doing double duty this week.
Right, Kane's going to be on both brands. And, I didn't really mind it back then because it very rarely happened. So, but now, Kane being on SmackDown will feel like a big deal.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're constantly just moving brands and appearing, then it's no a big deal.
Yeah, but again, no, you're right. But it also helps that Kane's a big star, and he helped McMahon beat Taker. It's like fucking what a reason to tune into SmackDown. What the fuck do you get today?
Yeah, it's like the fact that he got involved means that it would kind of not really make any sense if he didn't further appear.
Yeah.
So it's all storyline wise, it makes sense for him to appear on SmackDown.
So Steiner then tells Test, right, I'm no longer your property. I've got us a tag title match, and but then Test's like, aye, well, that's all good, Steiner, but Stacy's my property. I can't help but Steiner just looks pathetic here. Why wouldn't Steiner want Stacy Keibler? Why would he want a team with Test? Why wouldn't he want a team like Henry and go for the belts?
Yeah, he's giving the guy that he was like feuding with for months a title shot.
Carrying his fucking bags, man.
Yeah, I don't really understand this, but Test is back for injury. That's good to see. But yeah, Steiner's big his big favour that he could ask from Bischoff was to get a tag team match. I don't know. It just seems a bit underwhelming in my opinion. Surely they could have did a bit more, no?
Again, I think it's all Triple H's fault. I think it's just the fact that he came down, buried the fucking four of them, and it was basically like, yeah, I'm the only guy going for the belt here. Just, that doesn't sit right with me anyway. Belt on the line next, Rob Van Dam versus Ric Flair. Orton on commentary, 5-star frog splashes banned, which I actually thought was pretty good because it really did even up the match. And again, a simple move being banned just changes the dynamic of a match back in the day. Because it's like, holy fuck, Flair can't win with the figure four, but maybe because Van Dam can't win with his move, he might win. And I like that.
See, when you actually think of Ric Flair, though, there's not many matches you believe Ric Flair can win.
Yeah.
He doesn't really tap out many people with the figure four.
He has to cheat, or it has to be like a DQ match, or no DQ match where...
Yeah, like, it's fucking weird. I just don't really think Ric Flair's offense is that great, to be honest. Like, normally if your only real finishing maneuver is a submission, then normally you tap a lot of people out with your submission, but Ric Flair doesn't seem to win a lot of matches with the figure four. It's not like Angle or Benoit where you think, they can win with their submission move.
Yeah, I mean, here, I haven't watched a lot of Flair, right? Like, late 70s, 80s, but you can't really imagine too many big guys tapping it to Flair. You feel like if he's to win, it's like shenanigans.
Maybe people more back in the day, people were willing to put the fucking figure four over. I don't know.
Maybe, but I mean, Van Dam looks like he's got Ric Flair's beat, but Ric Flair has only a low blow. Then Van Dam manages to counter it, get out of it, goes to the top rope, Orton comes in, RKO, good night, DQ. So, looks like we're going to get Randy Orton versus Van Dam at Armageddon, which will be a decent match, I'm sure, but again, just Ric Flair. Evolution, I just feel like Triple H is, honestly, man, see the work and how great the booking was at Survivor Series for Batista and Orton. Just feel like Triple H just came in and made it all about fucking him. Honestly, man, that match could have been booked better at the end.
Yeah.
And what's Batista doing? Batista a couple of weeks ago fucking battering Austin, battering Goldberg. What's he doing now?
Nothing. It's been Triple H's little bitch.
Little bitch, damn it, little bitch. Coach then walks backstage, makes fun of Hurricane and Rosie. He's like, haha, it's SHIT. Yeah, then it was announced for next week, we're bringing back Raw Roulette.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I've always enjoyed Raw Roulette. You get the spin of the wheel, it decides the match. An interesting concept, and Raw Roulette. Looking forward to it, but then we got a highlight reel with Chris Jericho and his special guest was it Lita?
Yep, it was Lita. Then he introduced a new member of the Raw roster, Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't seen Matt in a while, and yeah, I like Matt Hardy. Comes out, the share a kiss, he's about to get down on one knee. Out comes Molly Holly, basically challenged him to a match, and her partner, who we all thought was probably going to be Jericho, turns out it's going to be Eric Bischoff. Backstage, Bischoff ain't very happy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, Molly? And he's like, here, you're going to be able to batter Lita and get her fired. How good. But if Matt and Lita win, then she'll get a title shot. Didn't really... I mean, because realistically, like, I know they could be in at the same time or whatever, but you do feel like I guess Bischoff and Molly Holly knew, though, that Matt was going to turn. I guess that's the only thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming so.
So Bischoff laying it on thick, crinkled, cut. Up next, we've got the Dudley Boys versus Scott Steiner and Test. And again, like, how many times do we need to see Steiner, Test, Stacy Keibler, where she'll cost them? Like, when is enough enough? Like, when is Test just going to be like, right, you stupid bitch, if you fucking do that one more time, it'll be your life? Because, like, is it no bordering on fucking ridiculous now?
At this point, she's a liability. I don't even know why Test would want her out there. Just constantly seems to screw him out of match after match after match. But
like, it's a TV show, folks. You know, I'd
have put the belts on Test and Steiner.
Yeah,
give us something fresh. The Dudleys for me aren't cutting it at the moment.
Now they did have a fresh attire, which I do like. But you're right, the Dudleys not very fresh anymore. Damn it! Right, Lita and Matt Hardy versus Molly Holly and Bischoff. Lita goes for the hot tag. Matt jumps off. Lita loses. She gets fired. And what I loved, by the way, throughout this show was JR and King on commentary. I haven't even fucking mentioned them yet, which is a travesty. A war crime, even. But I mean...
Yeah, I mean, JR is selling the effects of Austin no longer being there, and he's, like, really upset about it, and King's like, come on, JR, you gotta be professional, you gotta do your job, and JR says, let me do my damn job, you know, like this.
Hey, JR, it's rather late next week. You might be in a bra and panties match. You'll kiss my ass, King.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is the best partnership we've ever had in wrestling. There's been some great ones, of course, but this is by far the best one, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then Lita, you know, Matt Hardy's like, what was he said to her? What was he said?
He says that they're over, they're done.
Yeah, I think he said you're selfish, something along those lines.
You're selfish because instead of coming back to SmackDown after her injury, she went and tried to win the title. So Matt Hardy was saying...
And like, she was also like flirting with Christian. I don't think Matt Hardy's here is completely unfucking justified, is he?
I mean, was she really flirting with Christian?
Well...
It's been more Trish and Jericho.
Yeah, put it this way, he should be more worried about the other fucking edgehead.
Yeah. No, that's true.
And that's for real, right? 2 years' time, right? Val Venus versus Rico. The match. Who gives a fuck about the match? But it was JR and King slabbering at each other. But see, this is what makes a show. Who cares about the match? These two are going back and forth. You know, JR's going ballistic, screaming at the top of his lungs. Rico's got a fucking sleeper hold in Val Venus, but who cares? Because JR and King are selling the fuck out of it. And this is what you just don't have in modern time. What's that boring bastard called?
Joe Tessitore.
I was about to say fucking Mike Adamley. Put a bit of respect in his name. Yeah, Joe Tessitore. That man there has brought a white marker into the arena. I actually there's a special place reserved in hell for Joe Tessitore. But this match, yeah, wasn't that good. And let's face facts. I mean, Val Venus wins. Rico is fucking shite. They were joking about the money shot. He's like, oh, he hasn't hit the money shot in a while. And then pretty much as soon as JR said that, he hit the money shot, which was funny. But yeah, the commentary, that's what made the match. And again, if the commentary's good, it can save moments. It can save matches.
Yeah, absolutely. Commentary makes or breaks a show.
Like, not only can it add to it and elevate things, but it can also redeem things. And what about Al? You know, all that stuff. Lita leaves the arena. Well, attempts to with her dog and her purse, and then Christian's like, oh, here, I used my favour to keep you in a job. Forget about the world title. Forget about Goldberg. No. I'll keep you in a job later.
Yeah, so Christian there showing that he's not a creepy little bastard, or at least not a selfish one. Giving up his favour. His favour was to keep Lita employed, so... Aye, there you go. Matt Hardy. I guess Lita's single now, so what's it matter?
Yeah, it's all over. Maybe give Edge the wrong idea, right? So Jericho and Trish, he asked for a date. She's like, oh no, look what you did to Matt and Lita. He's like, here, fuck, that wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that. Then they kiss, so looks like we're getting a date there. But up next, Goldberg's got a date with Evolution, led by Big Nose fucking fraud bastard. And I don't know, man, this match just didn't really do it for me because they just fucking win. They just batter the fuck out of Goldberg. 1, 2, 3. After the match, there's a beatdown, and that's the end. This is the only time we see Goldberg. He gets fucking... Like, how long has this Evolution Goldberg feud lasted for? pretty much since the build to SummerSlam. It is not. We're nearly at fucking Christmas time here.
Yeah, it's the entire summer, man. Throughout the summer. I mean, we're into the winter now.
And let's face it, Triple H has been beat by Goldberg in every match they've had.
Apart from the SummerSlam one.
Yeah, but again, multi-man match, and but again, it's just why is Triple H the only guy in the era Bischoff that's allowed a fucking title match?
See, when Triple H wins the belt back, is Goldberg going to get a rematch? Or is that Goldberg done? No, you're done. But honestly, man, come on. I mean, you could give us fresh stuff in the title scene, but they're persistent to go with fucking Triple H. It's actually disgusting. I just think, like, I mean, that entire Bischoff team is responsible for getting rid of Stone Cold Steve Austin. And then you add in Batista. Then you add in Randy Orton. Then you add in Kane. It's like there's so many fucking heels on Raw that could go up against Goldberg. Even if it's not like a month-long feud. Even if it's just like a nightly thing. They could do so much better.
Yeah. No,
For me, I'd have had Bischoff grant every member of his team a world title shot. I'd have done that.
Yeah, like I mean, why couldn't Batista take the place of Triple H in this triple threat match at Armageddon, or just something different? Is it too much to fucking ask? Anyway, Kane comes out, hits a very shitey choke slam on Goldberg. I mean, I like Goldberg. I'm a fan, but the guy, he's not Nathan Jones level of stiff, but it doesn't look as natural to other people as it does to, Goldberg looks very unnatural compared to other people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Choke slam, flames. See you next week, Salt Lake City. Anyway, we're going to spin the wheel. What number are we going to land on for the rating? I'm going to get a...
I thought it was a bit of an underwhelming show, I'll be honest, guys. I liked the commentary between JR and King. I mean, throughout, that was pretty great. But overall, I just didn't think...
I think the ball's been dropped.
I'm going to
Survivor Series was so fucking good.
I'm going to say a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with a 5 out of 10. I mean, here, there's a lot of fantastic stuff on the show. I think King and JR were fucking hitting out the park, man. But everything Triple H touches turns to fucking shite.
Yeah, I feel like the show just should have been so much better after what happened at Survivor Series. And I mean, JR and King, I think they held up their end of the bargain, but yeah, nah. The other stuff just not right.
It's like the first couple of minutes was really good because Bischoff's putting over his team, Bury and Austin. Oh, things are going to change, and then it's like, actually, hold on here, things aren't going to change. And the thing that pisses me off the most is, right, see all these little demands that Team Bischoff have used, they literally could have got them previously.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
Bischoff
like-
would have done those kind of things for them.
Are we honestly, like the whole gimmick is maybe Austin would have refused some of them, right? But are we honestly led to believe that Austin would have used his weight to deny Steiner and Test a fucking tag title shot, to deny Lita being kept in a fucking job by Christian? And again, is that not...
No, if Austin was there, she wouldn't be getting fired in the first place. So I mean, it didn't really change
but again,
anything.
is that not retarded? Christian's on Team Bischoff, and Bischoff openly wanted Lita fired, and then Christian's using his favour to keep her. It just undermines the whole thing.
Well, not really. That's why it's a favour, because Bischoff wants her fired. But Christian's like, I know you want her fired, but here, do this favour for me, and don't fire her.
Point is, guys...
You can be on someone's team without agreeing. So you're thinking because Christian was on Bischoff's team, Christian needs to agree with Bischoff's decision that he wants to fire Lita.
He doesn't need to, but my point is, I just think it's a weak-ass fucking favour. As you touched on, these guys should be asking for the world. They should be, literally the world, by the way. The World Heavyweight fucking Championship. They shouldn't be asking for these shitey wee favours. I mean, honestly, it just makes the Survivor Series match feel less important. And is this why, in a year's time, they give each guy, like, a night to run Raw? To avoid this situation? Who knows? I'm just surprised Triple H didn't fucking win that one. Anyway, you gave it a 5, I gave it a 5. Till Smack It Down. Peace.